Hi, I'm Greg Howlett, and this is video number 3 in a 5-part series on how we can improve the song, What a Friend We Have in Jesus. Things we can do to that little hymn that'll make it sound better. So far we've been focused on harmony. We're going to stay focused on harmony for a while. In the first segment we talked about changing the 4 chord into a little progression. 2 of 4, 5 of 4, and 4. Basically inserting 2 chords in front of the 4 chord. Listen to it if you haven't already. In the second segment, we talked about changing 5-1 progressions into 2-5-1 progressions. And both of those are really, really important. But in this segment, I want to go beyond that and talk about color notes. Now, if you like my music, and I'm not saying you do or should like my music, but if you like it, one of the things you probably like about it is the complexity and texture of some of the sounds. And the way I get that complexity in texture is by the use of color notes. Now, color notes are notes that you add to a chord in addition to the normal notes. Now, most of us think in terms of either triads, which are 3-note chords like this, or perhaps 4-note chords like this. And that is a chord that has not only a triad, but it has a 7th added to it. If you're not playing 7ths, that's a good first step. For example, if I play a C minor chord, I want the 7th in it, okay? I'm playing C and B flat in the left hand, and E flat and G. That's a C minor chord, but it's really a C minor 7th. It sounds way better than this. Much more complex, a better sound. So you want to start using the 7ths. But really, this little clip, I want to go beyond that and talk about other notes that you can add to the sound. Stuff like this. That's still a C chord, or maybe this. These are notes that you can add to a minor chord that make it sound really, really good. The dominant chord sounds like that, maybe. Maybe that. You can hear a song end on that, right? Really cool sounds, or this. These are all notes, additional color notes that you add to the chord that sort of give it a unique feel. And depending on where you are that day, or depending on your mood, you can throw these things in and give different color to your music. And so I want to talk about that a few minutes today and give you some practical thoughts on how to do it. Now let me say this. I can't tell you everything I know about color notes in a YouTube video, which has a 10-minute length on it. This is something that I could talk about for a long time, and I have talked about for a long time. If you go to my website, greghowlett.com, there's a course on there called Reharmonization. And it's a 4-hour course, and it talks about this kind of concept, goes through this and tells you a lot. It tells you, for example, which chords which color notes are available to which chords. That's a big concept. Not every color note works with every chord. And we go through that and give you sort of a system for doing it. But today I want to get you going, just starting to hear these things. And as I've said in the first 2 videos, and I'll keep saying, in the end of the day, your ear can be your guide. Now what I want you to do, well, let me show you demonstrate for a second what I mean. I'm going to keep playing the song When We All, or not When We All Get to Heaven, What a Friend We Have in Jesus. As soon as I start, I'm adding a color note. It's right here. I'm throwing in a G. Now, this can be intimidating at first, but what the G is in an F chord is the 9th. We call it the 9th, or the 2nd, depending on whether there's a 7th in the chord or not. But I throw that note in. It doesn't have to be in there, but you hear the difference between that and this. A much better sound. I move into C minor, and I have a 9th in this chord. Okay? It happens to be the melody note. I throw a D into this F7. The D is the 13th of that chord. A C into this B flat chord. That's the 9th. That's a G7 with a 13 in it. I could play maybe that. It might sound good. I don't know. That would be a flat 13th. I could do other things as well. I'll show you as we go. There's a C7 with a flat 9. I put in a D flat in that chord. Same things, I'm throwing 13 there, 9. And the G right there makes that a 9th as well. These are things that I hear. I've played them a long time, and I hear them. Hold on just a second. My countdown just went blank on me. But I hear those from doing it for a long time. Let me give you a few thoughts on how you can get started doing this right away. What you want to do is this. You want to pick a song. This is the way, by the way, I learned how to do this. Pick a song, write in the chords, and then go through the song and try to find a color note that works with each chord. Now, this is a trial and error process at the beginning. Eventually, you get to the point where you can do it effortlessly without thinking about it. But at the beginning, just play through the song and just try to work those color notes in. Try to find one that works. Now, here are the color notes really quick. You can add the 2nd, which is also the 9th. You can add a flat 9 and a sharp 9. You can add an 11th, which is also the 4th. You can add a sharp 11th. You can add a flat 13 and a 13. That's the 6th and the flat 6. So in terms of a C chord, for example, you could add D flat, D, D sharp, F, F sharp, A flat, and A. Those are all the color notes. There's 7 possibilities. The reality is they don't all work in all situations with every chord. So right now, just let your ear be your guide. And over time, you'll get to the point where you can do that better and better without thinking about it. But it's just something you want to be aware of and start thinking about. And if you want to know a lot more, watch my video course. That's it for now. We'll go on to some more advanced harmony in the next segment.